Hi guys. In our previous lesson, we learned how to actually create a shade roof, like what you are seeing on the screen right now. By the way, this is Afri Design Studios. Okay, back to the lesson. We learned how to create this, talking about shade roof. But like I told you, looking at it, there is no fascia. As a result, it does not give it that nice appeal or nice look. So we're going to, in this lesson, create fascia for it. For me to create fascia, I'm telling you what I normally use. I use the extrusion tool to create my fascia because this is visualization. Visualization. Nobody cares to know how it looks inside, but the effect it has on the outside is what matters. Okay, by right, I'm not supposed to use extrusion to do it because that extrusion is going to cut through from the exterior all the way through the interior and outside again. But this is visualization. Like I told you, what matters is how is this thing going to look like from the outside. So it is when you are doing the interior design that you should busy yourself or concern yourself with what is happening inside. Okay, so let's get it started. For me to create this with my extrusion, I must have to be on the side elevation of the very roof that I want to create its fascia. So I want to create the fascia for this main body, the main body of the building. So I'm either going to be on the east elevation or I'm going to be on the west elevation, which is either the right or the left elevations. So, but I would prefer to be on the east elevation because there is minimal obstruction on that side. Unlike the west elevation, which is on this side, this wall may be blocking me. It may cover my view from seeing what I'm trying to extrude. So I'm going to be on the east. Can we go to the east now? So I go here. I try to locate my east elevation. Okay, here's my east elevation. I double click on it. Yes, I am on the east elevation. This is the roof we want to create its fascia. So, mind you, my fascia will not start from the tip of the roof. I normally give 50 or I normally give 25 millimeters away from the tip of my roof. So I will take away 25 millimeters from here, and I'm also going to take away 25 millimeters from here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is this. I'm going to, first and foremost, okay, we may not do that for now. I wanted to know the actual size or length of this roof. Let me go there and see. It may help us. Let me go to the roof plan. Okay, let me go to the sites. I go to the sites. I want to get the actual length of my roof. Okay, this roof starts from here and gets to this point. And the actual length is what? 9,300 millimeters. And we are going to subtract 50 millimeters from this. Remember, we are taking away 25 millimeters away from here and 25 millimeters away from here. That is 50. 25 plus 25 is 50. So when you minus or subtract 50 from 9,300 and 300 millimeters, is going to give you 9,250. Take note of this dimension I'm doing now because you are going to need it. You will need it as you are working. So 9,250. I delete this. I go back to east elevation. Now I start. I click on this architecture, click on components, model in place. Okay. I go to extrusion, click on extrusion. I'm going to select pick a plane and click OK. After that, what I'm going to do next is this. I select this very wall as my plane. I click on it. Then I start to sketch. I told you I'm taking away 25 millimeters from here. So what I'm going to do now is this. I click on this offset, or better still, I can just click on it and draw a line straight like this, and do the same here. Click on the tip. Where is the tip? Draw a line straight. Make sure it is straight. After doing that, I go to offset. Click on offset. You can do this in so many ways. 25. I offset inward. I offset inward. I click on escape twice. Then I delete the first one, the outer one, and delete the outer one. Then I click on line again and start from here. Click on this point and take it all the way to this point, and make sure you trim it. Let it be trimmed. There should be no extension. There shouldn't be any extension in any way. Okay, then the next question you have to ask yourself is, what is going to be the thickness of your fascia? The thickness of my fascias are always 225 millimeters. Some used to make their own 300 millimeters, but I used to make my own 225 millimeters, which is equivalent to 9 inches. 9 inches. So I click on this and make this 225. I actually clicked on this, is called offset, offset 2, offset 2. So I click on this horizontal line to offset it. So I now click on trim to corner, to trim all these edges. I told you there shouldn't be any extension. There shouldn't be any extension. So this is my fascia. The next thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go to properties to assign material to this my fascia, and also assign the length, or the extent, or the span of this fascia. So I come here to to type in the span. I have to erase what we have here. Remember, this is where that 9,250 millimeters is going to come in place. I told you then to take notes because you're going to use it. This is where you have to use it. So you type 9,250. Then that is one. The next thing you have to do is to go for material. Which material are you going to put? I click on this area, click on this small box here. That box is actually called the ellipsis. I click on this other space, this empty space, and type GYP in short for gypsum wall board. I select this. This is a white material, like the plaster of Paris, POP. So I select that very material. Then I come here and click finish edit mode. Then I click finish model, and I am done. So I'm going to now put this concrete fascia in place. If I go to my default 3D view, this concrete fascia is not yet sitting well on the roof. So let's go and see. Can you see it? It is extruded towards this part. Okay, what I'm going to do now is this. I'm going to go to my south elevation. This is the concrete fascia. This is the fascia. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is this. Oh, sorry. We removed 25 from this side. We shouldn't have removed anything. It should have lapsed here. So it's going to give us some wrong something now. So what I'm going to do now is this. I'm going to click on this and click on move. Uncheck this constraint. Check this join. Then I click on this tip. click on this tip and move it to this point and click OK. So you can see it now. Now this gap we gave here, this space we gave here, has gone beyond 225. Yeah, 25 millimeters, because we made a mistake by removing from that side. We shouldn't have removed from this side because this is lapping on the wall. We shouldn't have offset from here, but we did. So it's going to make us have 50 here instead of 25. Let's dimension it. We're going to have 50 here instead of 25. Can you see it? So you can still correct it if you wish, but to me that 50 is not too much. But if you feel it is too much, what I normally do is this: I go to annotate, click on annotate, click on detail line, then I go to offset, type 25, then I click here and go up. When I go up, I click there and press escape twice. I click on this my fascia, click on it. Okay, sorry, I have to bring this one down, bring it across, so that when I click on this complete fascia, I can drag this triangular button to this line. I drag it to this line. Okay, I click outside, then I delete the line. I only use this line to get the dimension, so I don't need it anymore. I delete it. So this is how to do your fascia. Okay, this is how to do your fascia. With this same method, you can do the rest, the remaining two. I don't want this video to go to be too long. If not, I would have done all. Okay, but let me just do another one for you. Out of these two, I'm going to do only one so that the video does not take too long. But if not, with what I've done with this, you can still do for all these other ones. So let me do for this one in front. So how do I do it? I go to east elevation again. East elevation. I go to east elevation. Okay, I'm there now. So it now tells you, you can see how it is lapping on this. If you like, you can raise it up for the concrete fascia, or you can just put it like that. Nobody sees what is inside. If you know that if you put it like that, the height will still be maintained. Your headroom will not be affected. Just do it like that, because this wall, after all, nobody will see this wall. So I go to architecture, go to components, go to model in place. Okay, okay again. No, but before I do that, let me do, okay, is it necessary? Okay, let's leave it at that. I will explain what I mean by this. I will explain. So I click on extrusion, click okay, then I come here again. Okay, I've not selected the plane. This is the plane. I select the plane, then I can now start. Come to the tip here, click here and move down. So this one, I click here and move down this tip and go down. Then I have to offset 25 millimeters. I go to offset, I make it 25. I offset this very one. I press escape twice and delete the outer one. I don't need to do the same thing here, so we don't make the same mistake we made with this very one. So I click on line again, draw on the one that is on top, not the one that is bottom. Not the one that is at the bottom, but the one that is at the top. Okay, when I've done this, I press escape twice. I told you my fascia thickness are usually 225 millimeters. So I click on offset and make it 225 and offset this. I click on trim to corner, trim this to this, trim this to this. Now, I told you I'm going to explain something to you. That's what I'm about to do now. You know, when we did this very one, this first one, the first fascia, we went and took the dimension, which was, if you look at the properties, 9,250. But for this one, we forgot to do it. But even when you forgot to do it, never mind, you can still correct it. Because one good thing about extrusion is that you can expand it, you can shrink it, you can increase or you can decrease it. So I come here, I can just type anything at all, whatever, type 3000. The material is still remaining the same, so I don't need to bother myself with this. There is no need of bothering myself with this. Okay, so I just leave it at that. So I come here, finish edit mode, I click finish edit mode. I come here, finish model, I click finish model. So if I click on default 3D view, you will see what we have there. This is it. It is extruding outside. So I go to south elevation again. South elevation. So what I'm going to do now is this. I'm going to go to annotate. Click on detail line. Okay. Click here. And type 25. I can come here now on this very one, click on this. Okay, go down, because if I go up, it is going outside the roof. So if I go down, it is coming inside. Okay, so I click it like this. I press escape twice. I click on this and drag it up. Make sure it extends or expands through the roof. So I go to detail line again. Do the same thing here, 25, and click on this very place and go up. After doing that, click on it again and drag it down. Let it go across. Let it be as long as possible, but let it cross the roof all through. So what I'm going to do now is this. I click on this extrusion, which is my fascia. When you click on it, you see 4 different arrows in blue color. This arrow is facing up, this one is facing down, this one is facing left, this one is facing right. You can click on any one of them and drag it up, down, left, and right. That is why I said you can expand, you can compress. You can expand, you can compress. So sometimes you don't bother yourself with the actual dimension. So I click on this very arrow facing to my facing my left hand side and drag it. Once I get to this my line, the line I drew, I stop. That line is a guide, so I zoom it closer so I zoom it very close so I don't exceed. So I click on it. You stop at this line. I do the same thing here. I click on it again. I click on this very arrow and bring it back. When I get closer to that point, I zoom. Make sure you zoom properly so you can get to the actual line. So I am done with this. So I click outside. Click on this line and delete it. And click on this other line and delete it. So let's go to our default 3D view. Wow. Wow. This is what we have now. This is what we have. Can we go to any of the 3D views? Wow. So this is what we have. Okay. This is how to create a shade roof with a fascia that is being exposed. Like I told you, some of these things are hidden inside a parapet. So from what I just taught you, I may not be able to make a video showing you the roof that is hidden inside a wall. The difference is this: when you are creating your roof, like this one, we offsetted by 600 millimeters, which is the eave. What it means that if you want to hide your roof inside the wall, there is no need of making it 600 millimeters. You just draw within the boundaries of the internal lines of the wall. It's a common sense now. I don't need to start teaching you that now. Okay, so but this is how to create a shade roof with fascia. So at my own convenient time, I'm going to create this very one. But to make this video not to be too long, I'm going to stop at this point. Once again, if you found this video very useful, do not fail to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and after subscribing, click on the bell symbol, the bell sign, which is the notification symbol. It will help you each time we create a video like this to be notified. Thank you once again, and bye.